What's going on, y'all? My name is Spice. This is Spice Camp Fish. So unfortunately, it's now getting to be November in Colorado, and fishing's really starting to slow down. So I'm really not able to get out and do some fishing right now. I figured, why not do the next best thing, right? And just in time, my Bass Baits Monthly box for the month of November came in a few days ago. So I figured, why not open it up on camera for you guys and see what's inside here. Now, I just want to get something out of the air real quick. You guys see a lot of these videos where they are paid to talk about these boxes, or they're getting, free stuff or whatever. I just want to say, I am not one of those people. I'm not getting paid. They're not giving me these lures for free. I'm not getting anything for free from these guys. I just like the service, so I wanted to show you guys it because I thought it's kind of interesting and it makes me a better fisherman, so I figured you guys might want to know about it too. Now, I'm going to get a little bit more in depth as to what I think separates Bass Baits Monthly from a lot of these other subscription companies on the market. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Right now, let's get y'all set up at my desk and we're going to get to unboxing. So I'm not sure if I went over this, but this is actually the November box for 2020, so I'm just going to see what they sent. Now, Bass Baits Monthly is a little bit of a different subscription box company. Just like a lot of other ones, any of the other ones that you really see on the market, they'll send you a lot of fantastic baits straight to your door in a box at once a month. The difference with Bass Baits Monthly, though, is I think they actually send you 100% just all reputable, really good stuff, as opposed to some of these other boxes that send you like cheap knockoffs of stuff rebranded under different names, or just like really weird lures that you wouldn't really throw, but they just kind of send it because it looks cool, but it's really just kind of gimmicky. But the guys over at Bass Baits Monthly actually have a bunch of people test the lures before they send them in the boxes, so they know they're actually sending some good lures. And you're not just going to get a box full of crap that you just kind of throw in your tackle box and never use again. Alright, let me just crack this box open, and let's see what they got for us. So the first thing that they always send in the box is one of these little cards. They usually have like some kind of knot or something on it. This month is the San Diego Jam knot. They have all their information on the back, so if you guys want to save 20% on your first box, you can use that code right there, promo20, save 20% on your first box. Also, if you guys just like the lures, or you just want to take a picture of the box, or you catch fish on any of the lures, you can send it over to them and they'll repost it and put it up on their Instagram. But yeah, I like to hang these up on my wall just as like a little decoration in case I ever forget how to tie a knot. Also in the box, they throw in a little sticker. They put in a sticker in every single one of their boxes. So also up out of the box, they have this little sticker. They add a little sticker to each of your boxes. The designs kind of change from month to month. I think I actually already have this one, but more stickers the better, right? I'll probably find somewhere to stick this, maybe on my car, or I don't know, maybe somewhere else on my kayak or one of my tackle boxes or something. Alright, so next up, they actually added a bunch of different Topwaters in this box. So I guess we'll start off with this one. This is the Head Super Spook Jr. It's probably one of the most classic topwater walking style baits on the market. I think this might actually be the original, not the Super Spook Jr., but I think the Super Spook is the original. This one comes in at 3.5 ounces, so it's a little bit smaller than your average walk the dog style bait, which I think works really well for like your finessey kind of fish. Also anywhere that the bait's kind of smaller, so like ponds or maybe smaller lakes, or maybe around the fall time when the fish are feeding on a little bit smaller bait fish. That's when a smaller profile like this is actually going to shine. It also comes with some saltwater hooks on it, so that's pretty sweet in case you guys are chasing after some saltwater species like bluefish or tarpon or striped bass or anything like that. And then the color on this is actually called Black Shiner. It's just kind of like your chrome, normal spook color, got a little bit of red underneath the mouth of it, or the nose, whatever you want to call it. And then just a darker back, but I don't really think the back color matters all that much. Now again, it's snowing right now, so topwater is pretty much out of the question. But it's definitely great to add to the box for next year, and I'll definitely be able to throw this around once the water warmed up a little bit in the spring. Moving on to the next topwater bait out of the box, we got a Whopper Plopper 75 size. So this is the super tiny one. I've actually never thrown this one before. I've thrown the 90, the 110, and the 130. I've never thrown the 75. It's just got like a really short, squat little profile. It's more of like a bluegill profile than a shad, I guess. A little bit taller, a little bit beefier. Usually I'll throw the bigger ones again, just because I feel like they have a little bit more presence in the water, but I have heard a lot of really good things about the 75 size. They should do really well, again, in smaller ponds where the bait fish are a little bit smaller. Again, this is a river to sea product, so they come with some really great hooks on it. It's a 9/16 ounce bait, if that helps you guys. I don't know, it's a little bit more than a 1/2 ounce. and I'm trying to figure out the color on it, but I don't know. T1000 maybe? I don't know. It's just kind of like a shad color. It's got like a chartreuse belly, a little bit of chartreuse here and there. Tail's got some sparkles on it. Overall, looks like a pretty sweet little bait. I'm pretty excited to get this out in the spring and see what happens. Another lure that I've heard quite a lot of buzz about, no pun intended, is the Santone Lures buzzbait. I personally am not a big buzzbait guy. I've never had a lot of luck on them, and I've never really thrown them all that much, but I know they're killers, and I know they work really well. So this is again the 1/2 ounce size, and oh, that's pretty interesting. So it's got like this little clacker on the front that I guess spins around and comes into contact with the head to kind of make it a little bit louder. I don't know a lot about buzzbait fishing again, but from what I understand, the louder the buzzbait, the better. So I definitely think that's going to add a little bit more of a clanking motion, and I don't see why it wouldn't work. Again, I have like next to no experience throwing a buzzbait, but I've heard a lot of good things about these Santone ones, and I guess I'll have to give it a shot in the spring. So this is one of the things that I like about Bass Baits Monthly, is they'll send you stuff that's like not necessarily in your comfort zone, but it's not crap. Like, this is a good buzzbait. This is something I've heard about, like heard some buzz online, a lot of people talk about it. This clacker seems like it's, I guess, the real deal. I don't really know. But yeah, it's all just going to be quality, so it's not stuff that you kind of feel like you're not going to get bit on or it's not going to work. Like, everything that they send you is pretty tried and true, so it's not like you're really going to get something where it's just like, why did you put this in my box? Alright, and then we got another lure from Santone Lures. This is their M Series football jig. It's in a 1/2 ounce. The color is Mexican Heather. So this is a super interesting looking jig. First of all, the head design looks a little bit different than what I'm normally used to for a football jig. It's got kind of like ridges on it. It's kind of interesting. I'm not really sure what the purpose of that is, but just kind of a cool little design. It's also got like that Flashaboo stuff, I think it's called, which is like this bright purple stuff that you see up on top here. It's actually more of like a hair or like a feather kind of consistency than your average nylon skirt. And just adds a little bit more poof and flair. Never used one of those jigs that have any of the feathers or the Flashaboo stuff on it, so that should be kind of interesting. I hear jigs with like this Flashaboo stuff work really well in cold water. I guess it just moves a little bit more naturally in the cold water as opposed to like a nylon skirt. It's got a pretty solid weed guard on it, which is cool, and it also, if you guys can see really close up there, comes with some rattles on it, so I'm sure y'all probably can't hear that. But there's actually rattles up in these little things, which I think is definitely going to help when you're looking for a little bit more action or a little bit more noise to try and attract some fish for a little bit further away. Overall, super weird looking jig. I've never thrown anything like this again, but definitely looks like it'll get bit. And then paired up with that jig, they also threw in some trailers for it. These are the baby D-bombs by Missile Baits. I know you guys have heard of the D-bombs. Everybody loves them for flipping and pitching. And these are just a little bit smaller. So instead of fishing these mostly on a Texas rig, these are more kind of, I guess, jig trailers. For me personally, I don't think the D-bombs have a lot of action, but they do have a pretty good profile in the water, and they definitely get bit. I also got that like anise smell or whatever it is. I don't know what they use to scent these plastics, but I really like it. Here, you know what? Let me just rig one of these up on this jig real quick and see how it looks. Just gonna rig the whole body on because it's a pretty small profile in general. Oh yeah, look at that. That'll get bit for sure. So yeah, just a nice little compact, finessey jig profile. These will definitely work for flipping and pitching, but again, I'll probably use them as a trailer for a jig. Mostly when the water is cold and they're not really looking for a lot of action, they're more just looking for that profile. Alright, they sent over a 5-pack of the 4/0 offset shank worm EWG hooks. Wow, that was a mouthful. But the EWG hooks from Gamakatsu, I don't really have brand loyalty when it comes to hooks or anything, but I know Gamakatsu makes some really sharp stuff. In my opinion, they tend to wear out a little bit faster than your average hook, but I mean, they're super sharp and they definitely get the job done. And last up in the box, we got a pack of these. These are the Power Bait the General. So I don't know if you guys saw in the beginning of the year, I actually smacked them on the general. I had probably 3 or 4 packs and I went through them in like a week. I don't know what it is. It might be the scent, or maybe it's just the action, or I'm not really sure, but fish seem to absolutely love these things. I mean, a Senko's gonna get bit regardless, so it's not really like it matters what company you buy. But for some reason, the fish will just go wild over these. Now these are a little bit bigger than the size that I normally get. These are actually the 6 1/4 inch, which I... Oh my god, put those back. Man, I really wish the fish did not like these things as much as they do, because I hate the smell of them. These things smell absolutely horrendous. But like I said, I don't really mind the 6 1/4 inch. The reason being is because you can always make Senkos shorter, but you can't make them any longer. So if I'm out there fishing and I notice that they're biting a 5-inch Senko better than they're biting a 6-inch Senko, I can just take an inch or so of this off, becomes a 5-inch Senko, and I don't have to go out and buy another pack of plastics. Also, the 6 inches are a little bit bulkier, they're a little bit like thicker, not by much, but by a little bit. And I don't know, I just think that little bit beefier profile kind of helps draw fish in from a little bit further away. Alright y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button down below. Lets me know that you guys like the content. On top of that, if you guys want to see some more content, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. I put up a new video every week, so if you guys are interested in seeing some more content, that's going to be the way you can do it. Alright y'all, that's going to do it for me. Check 'em and wreck 'em, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace!